There's a simple game Covey opens this book with, a grid of numbers, 1 through 54, scattered randomly across a page. You get 60 seconds to find them in order. Most adults make it into the 20s before time runs out. Then Covey hands you a method, a way of scanning the grid in sequence instead of hunting blind. And almost everyone finds all 54. Nothing on the page changed, only the way you were looking at it changed. That's the entire argument of this book in one 60-second exercise. Covey isn't selling you motivation, he's selling you a map. And that word matters because Covey makes a strange claim early on. Most people who feel stuck aren't lazy or unmotivated. They're using the wrong map. Imagine you're trying to get across Chicago, except someone accidentally handed you a map of Detroit. You could try harder, you could walk faster, you could think positively about your journey. None of it matters, you're still lost, just more confidently. Covey calls this your paradigm, the invisible map your brain uses to interpret everything. Fix your behavior all you want. If the map is wrong, you're optimizing your way deeper into the wrong city. So before any of the 7 habits, Covey draws the line most self-help books skip entirely. There's the personality ethic, charm, technique, saying the right thing in the room, and the character ethic, which is who you actually are when nobody's grading you. The first one is a coat of paint. The second is the foundation, and foundations, annoyingly, take years. He organizes growth into 3 stages. Dependence, where your well-being depends on others. Independence, where you finally stand on your own. And interdependence, where you choose to combine forces with others by choice, not need. Most people assume independence is the finish line. Covey says it's the middle of the race. Skip straight to we without mastering I first, and you just get dependence wearing a disguise. The first 3 habits build that independent core. Be proactive says there's a gap between what happens to you and how you respond, and inside that gap is the only real freedom you have. Begin with the end in mind insists everything gets built twice, once in your imagination, then again in the world. Put first things first is where Covey gets uncomfortable, because the things screaming for your attention, emails, fires, are rarely the things that actually matter. The stuff that matters never interrupts you. You have to go looking for it. Once that foundation is real, Covey turns outward and tells a story about his powered lawnmower. He ran it non-stop for 2 seasons without maintenance. All golden eggs, no goose feeding, until the engine quietly lost half its power for good. That's the warning underneath everything that follows. You can squeeze short-term wins out of any relationship by neglecting what produces them. Think win-win refuses the idea that someone has to lose for you to gain. Seek first to understand goes even further. Covey argues you have to genuinely let someone change your mind before they'll ever let you change theirs. And synergize is the payoff of both. 2 people in real disagreement, neither one compromising, somehow building a third answer that's better than either one walked in with. Not 1 + 1 = 2, 1 + 1 = 3. Mississippi Power trained its entire staff in these habits years before Hurricane Katrina flattened their grid. When the storm hit and they had thousands of outside crews, but nowhere near enough supervisors, the employees who'd internalized exactly this, understanding first, building win-wins on the fly, simply stepped up and led. The power was back on in 12 days. No one scripted that. It was characters showing up under pressure. Habit 7, sharpen the saw, is the maintenance Covey paid for with that lawnmower. Except this time, the machine is you. Strip away all the diagrams and the seminars, and Covey's claim is actually almost rude in its simplicity. You don't fix your life by trying harder on a wrong map. You fix it by becoming slowly, and on purpose, the kind of person the right map was drawn for.